Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Talk Physical Media. I believe this is episode 13 now. Hopefully the audio sounds better than it did last week. We've gotten a little bit better with these mics. And also, what do you guys think of the bar top?
Yeah, I finally finished it. It's pretty much done. Took me about a week or so to do, but I think it came out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. It's pretty functional. My TV is over there, so I could sit here and eat dinner and watch movies, watch TV, or work on my RC cars and watch TV, or whatever I want to do. I got a nice functional bar top. We have some room. We can play with the set a little bit more here and feel a little more professional.
Yeah, it's definitely a more professional setup. That's what we're going for. We want to seem as classy and cool as we possibly can, and this definitely helps. So it's a big step up for us. Obviously, the mics help make things a little bit better also. Hopefully, it looks visually and, I guess, sound more stimulating to you guys, so we don't sound like shit anymore, or we don't look like shit anymore. Matt still looks like shit, but we can't do nothing about that. You know, have been referred to as the model for Let's Talk Entertainment and Media.
Who did that?
I was the one who appointed myself to that position.
Oh, okay.
Yes, obviously.
Makes sense.
Yeah, obviously. It was a grueling process to find the right candidate, but in the end it came down to either me or myself. But either way, it worked out just fine.
Okay.
That's that's where we're headed for that. So eventually, in a couple of years, when we have a Let's Talk Entertainment and Media calendar, every single month will be a different picture of me doing something different with certain clothes on. I figured for July I would just have a pair of fireman's pants with some suspenders and a hat. I thought it would look good.
A hat?
Like a fireman's hat.
Oh, right.
You know?
Okay.
Putting out the fire.
I think it's a helmet.
I guess it's a helmet.
You gotta throw the fire hose over your shoulder.
Yeah. Go up those stairs with my body all sweaty and hot. Sweat just glistening over my abs.
Well, we'll just cover you in black soot. It'll contrast really nice with your milky white skin.
Printer paper white. You can't go worse than that. So as far as news goes this week, we really didn't actually have too much news.
No.
We had a hard time finding anything that was really worthwhile to address with you guys from last week, but I guess everyone's kind of gotten their big announcements out. They're gearing up for Black Friday, and because we have a separate Black Friday video coming up, we don't want to talk too much about sales, other than to let you guys know there's a great sale going on at Groove.com right now.
Yeah, Groove is one of our favorites. Groove tends to always have the cheapest prices, so you can cross-reference anything with Groove. If it's on Groove, that's probably the cheapest you're going to find it. Plus, you can also take another 20% off that price if you use code SIGNUP20 on their website. However, they did kind of figure it out, because I used to use SIGNUP20 for every single order. Now they only let you do it on the first order, so just create a new account and you can use SIGNUP20 again.
Yep. Either way, or you get that great deal, and they have some great deals. The buy 3 4Ks for $30 deal going on is amazing right now, because there's some really good ones in there that you're going to want to check out. We're going to address this more in our Black Friday video that's coming later in the week, but you know, just keep an eye out right now. We don't want things to go out of stock, because that does happen. That happened to Matt this week on BestBuy.com. They dropped everything he had in his cart, just went away, and he missed out on all the sales. I didn't, so you know, I got pretty lucky. Matt did not get lucky.
Well, I was able to drive around to the Best Buys and pick up what I wanted, so hey, you know, I still got what I wanted.
It's still a win-win for you, I guess.
I got them before you did. You didn't even get yours yet.
I wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have even known if it wasn't for you, to be honest. Yeah, no, mine was supposed to be here today, what I've ordered, but I just did some stuff that I was filling some holes with, because it's all studio releases anyway. So I really like No Time to Die was $10. You're never going to beat that price. And No Time to Die is not my favorite James Bond movie, or is it my favorite Daniel Craig James Bond movie? It's alright. It was a good way to send him off into the sunset, but I don't know. Daniel Craig, he might be the best James Bond, but his movies are hit or miss.
I actually have not seen a single Daniel Craig Bond movie yet. I have them all. I haven't watched them yet. I have the entire Bond box set, and I've seen a lot of the older ones, all the Pierce Brosnan ones. Like, I want to start from the beginning and just watch them all in order.
Actually, that's a question for you guys. I was kicking around this idea, and Matt said he doesn't think it's going to do good on the channel. Would you guys like us to review every single James Bond in order? I thought maybe after the New Year, something fun to do, like a couple of them a week or something, maybe one a week for 26 weeks or 27 weeks now. Because I mean, I'm a big James Bond guy. I don't know if I've ever told you guys this, but
Really?
yeah, I am. I love James Bond movies. I watch them every single year. I found them. They used to when I was a kid. They used to do a Thanksgiving run on. I don't remember what channel it was, but they would do a marathon. The problem with James Bond is I really don't like Roger Moore's movies, and he does a lot of the James Bond's movies, and even some of the Sean Connery. I love Sean Connery. I love the first 4 movies he did. Then I get a little shaky, and then the George Lazenby one is really good, but he only did 1 movie.
There's Timothy Dalton too, right?
Timothy Dalton is my sneaky second favorite James Bond behind Daniel Craig because he only did 2 movies. I'm going to explain this to you.
I haven't seen Daniel Craig yet, but Pierce Brosnan's my Bond.
I know Pierce Brosnan's your Bond, but here's the problem with Pierce Brosnan.
GoldenEye? Come on.
GoldenEye is the best James Bond movie. There's no debate. The problem is every movie after that gets worse and worse. And Daniel Craig, he still gave us Casino Royale, and he gave us what I think is probably the second best James Bond movie in Skyfall. Skyfall is phenomenal. And then, Spectre's okay, Quantum of Solace is bad, and No Time to Die is okay. But, from what, Roger Moore, I don't really like almost any of his movies. Sean Connery, they're mostly good. Timothy Dalton's 2 movies are actually both in my top 10 all-time James Bond movies.
I would have never pegged you for that, because they were kind of action movies, you're not really, that's not really your genre.
No, it isn't, but for some reason... But it's the same thing. The Mission Impossibles are almost a lot like those, and I love the Mission Impossible movies. But you know why? Because this is what I've told you before. When it comes to action movies, as long as the story wraps me up in it, I'm always good with that. I just don't like action for the sake of action. That's why I have a hard time with Michael Bay movies a lot of the time, especially his Transformer movies. It's just, it looks beautiful, but there's no substance. So
it's a good story with the Transformers, though.
I don't think so. They're like a Ferrari driving around with a Honda Civic motor in it. Okay, it looks great. That thing's a piece of shit, though. I
don't understand your reference there, because that doesn't happen in the movie.
Well, I'm saying in the sense that that's the comparison of what I would think of a Transformer movie is. They look so nice like a Ferrari, but on the inside of that Ferrari is not a Ferrari motor.
Okay, I see.
You know what I'm saying now? You get my analogy?
Yeah, I see what you're saying now, but I disagree.
I know you do. You like those. I get that. I'm the minority in that. I get that.
I love the Transformers.
They've made over $1 billion, almost all the movies, and they started to taper off towards the end, but people love the Transformers movies. If you love them, I'm not going to knock you for them. I hate them. They don't work for me at all.
So how much stuff have you bought in recently as far as Black Friday stuff?
I picked up those 4 movies. I picked up Last Night in Soho, The Northman, Dune, and James Bond, No Time to Die, 007, No Time to Die. Which, by the way, as far as Dune goes, people were having a hard time getting Dune on 4K for a little while. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know. And it was weird because some people did start to sell it at a higher price for a little while, which didn't really make sense. It's a studio release from WB. It's gonna come back into stock.
Really?
Yeah, but...
Yeah, that's strange. I mean, again, that movie doesn't really look like something I would enjoy, so I never really had my sights on it. So I don't have that, and I don't really plan on getting it.
Well, Dune Part 2 comes out next year. I don't know if you're going to want to see that before Dune Part 2, because this is Denis Villeneuve, is the director of that. I don't know if you've seen it. Prisoners Sicario, you just picked up.
No, I didn't get that.
You didn't get it?
No, that...
Oh, wow.
That was one of the losses.
That's one of my favorite 4Ks of all time, and I think that might be his best film. He did that, Blade Runner 2049,
Bad movie.
Arrival, he does some of the best movies. I know, me and Matt have such different tastes, but Denis Villeneuve, you'll like Sicario, though. I promise you'll like Sicario whenever you finally get it.
All right, I'll try it out.
But yeah, Dune might be a little too slow for you, a little too philosophical, but it inspired Star Wars in some parts, so...
Okay. I just need action in my movies.
There's some great action sequences, though.
Yeah, I just... dialogue movies I'm fine with as long as, again, your problem with action is as long as they're good dialogue. My problem is with dialogue is as long as there's good dialogue, then I could follow along. But if I'm not interested... I wanted to like the Blade Runner movies so bad, and I tried so hard. I can't. On paper, I should like that, and I just don't.
I get it, because you don't like a slow burn like that. And Blade Runner is very much a slow burn, and it really is, it's philosophical. It's looking at human life, but you're like, okay, but it's told in a beautiful sci-fi story.
would you consider Shawshank Redemption as a slow burn?
I would consider Shawshank Redemption a slow burn, but you liked Shawshank Redemption.
I just watched it for the first time and I loved it. That was one of the $10 Blu-rays that's on sale right now.
Did you get that on 4K?
I did.
Okay,
it's $10 4K.
It's a great 4K. I have that one already. I bought that new for $27 last year.
I got it for $9.99 and I enjoyed it.
You know what's fucked up is I bought it the day it came out, and I only watched scenes to see how the upgrade was, and I have never actually gone back and watched that 4K yet.
Really?
Yeah, so I could have just waited and got it for $10 because I still haven't sat down to watch it.
Well, no, I agree with buying it right away if that's something you wanted.
I wanted it because I love it, but you know, A Clockwork Orange, I did the same thing. I bought the 4K Steelbook, and I haven't put that in.
That movie looks very strange to me.
Oh, you would hate that movie.
I think I would.
Oh, you would hate that movie. That is, for people who even love movies, A Clockwork Orange falls under that category of very uncomfortable to watch. You know, there's rape scenes, and like, you know, it's really dealing with mental illness and crime and what drives a man to be, you know, again, looking in. I don't know if you like to look in at yourself when you watch movies or like try and like think. No, you want to be entertained.
Yeah, I want to be entertained. I want you to tell me a story that I like, that I enjoy, that I'm wrapped up in. I want you to blow some shit up.
I get that.
And I want to see some special effects.
Tarantino, I think, finds the perfect balance between great dialogue and great action or great set pieces.
Tarantino movies are great. You know, I love those. But the reason I asked is because I have a lot coming in right now, and I'm running out of room on my shelf.
I know you are.
I know Jeff from Films and Home just mentioned this, but it got me thinking. So he did a video, or actually he just did his new podcast, Season 2, Episode 1, about curating a physical media collection. So I want to ask you guys how you guys feel about it. Do you guys know who Jeff from Films at Home is? Have you watched that podcast? So basically he was saying, because he has like almost 4,000 Blu-rays.
Yeah, he's got way more than us.
But there's people that have 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 movies as far across DVD, Blu-ray, VHS, Betamax, like all the formats. Yeah. So how do you curate your collection? Like, because I know at some point I was going to the dollar store, I was just picking up stuff just to have, just because it was $1. Hey, if it somewhat interested me, sure, I'll pick it up for whatever price it was. The cheaper the better. But now I'm starting to run out of room, and I kind of want to, you know, go through my collection with a fine-tooth comb, pick up the stuff. All right, have I seen it? Yes. Do I like it? Yes. Will I watch it again? Yes. Stays on the shelf. But if I say no to any of that, then, you know, it goes down another thing. All right, did I have seen it? No. Do I want to see it? Maybe. You know, so am I going to get to it? Maybe. So that can go into the maybe pile. And then, again, have I seen it? Do I like it? No. Am I going to watch it again? No. Sell it. So I'm thinking of putting a big pile together. My goal is to try to get like at least 30 movies off my shelf and put them in a pile with my doubles and maybe try to sell them as a lot, or just work out prices and just put everything up on like Facebook Marketplace, or maybe if you guys are interested in anything I'm going to be getting rid of, let me know down in the comments. Maybe we'll take a picture of the stuff we're going to get rid of. I don't know if you're interested in doing something like this.
Well, this raises a good question, and actually it's tough for me because I don't like to, like, even like when I gave you...
Oh, it's tough for me because I wanted to do that, and I don't like, it's sent, like, you look around my room, I don't like to get rid of anything. I like to keep it all forever, but I'm just running out of room, and I just want to make room for all these nice new releases coming out, and... You know, I just want to kind of curate a little bit. And sometimes when I go to watch a movie, it's overwhelming. I'll stand in front of my movie shelf
I get this part very
much. 20 minutes, and I'm like, I don't want to. Do I want to watch?
You'll talk yourself out of everything.
And then 3 shelves later, oh, no, I want to watch that. You know, so it's like, it's kind of tough to pick out. So I kind of want to, you know, purge it a little bit. You know.
It's so weird you say this because ever since we started the channel, I have the issue where it's like, now when I watch movies, I watch them for reviews. It gives me a purpose to watch the movie again or go back to it. But then when I have free time and I don't know, I literally have no idea what I want to watch. I'm like, well, what's the purpose of this? I don't have any reason to watch this. I'm just watching it just for me. And then, I do what you're doing. I'm going shelf to shelf. And then, like, leaving last night, it's like, I just spent a half hour looking for a movie. And I couldn't decide on anything.
And then you go on to Netflix or something and watch
That's exactly what I did.
And then you watch an episode of Always Sunny that you've seen 14 times.
Exactly, because you just you'll talk yourself out of every single movie. Luckily for me, actually, the other day I ended up putting in Maniac Cop 2 and having a fucking blast.
Oh, you watched it?
I loved it.
You liked it? Okay.
And also, great 4K. Like, we have mentioned this on here before, but Maniac Cop, well, we have a whole video on Maniac Cop.
Is that your first Blue Underground?
Well, no, I have
you
4.
watched Maniac.
I watched Maniac and Zombie before I watched this.
Oh,
but
okay.
Blue Underground does great work. That Maniac Cop 2 was such a noticeable upgrade from the Maniac Cop Blu-ray, which I don't remember. Synapse did that. And it's just such an... And they have scenes from Maniac Cop 1 in there, and they cleaned it up so nice. I want Blue Underground to take on Maniac Cop 1, because it's so weird going from Maniac Cop 1, which I think might be a better movie, but Maniac Cop 2 is such a nice 4K. I'm like, oh my god, I'm like blown away by it.
I want you to watch the third one. And
I was going to put that on last night.
And then I want you to tell me, because my order for the Maniac Cops would be, I think, 1, 3, 2.
Well, right now it goes 1, 2, because I haven't seen 3 yet, but because 1 is better than 2, but I did like 2.
Yeah, well, I didn't say it was bad.
Yeah.
I just said I kind of like 3, and 3 gets cheesy and corny.
I like that, though.
But I like,
Yeah, I like that, too.
So...
I was a little upset that Bruce Campbell died pretty quick in 2, though.
Right, and he's not in, obviously he's not in 3.
He's dead in 3, but yeah, I like the storyline. It was ridiculous in 2 that this guy made a friend with a serial killer. Did you not?
Well, kind of like Halloween Ends, right?
It literally, that's what I thought when I'm watching it. I'm like, this guy doesn't, like, he did try and talk Matt Cordell, but I was like, oh my god, like, he's friends with this guy who looks like, what's his name, Ralphie from freaking The League. I forget his name, the actor who plays him, but he's also in Big Mouth. He's got that very, like, squeaky, high-pitched, like, voice. Not Nick Kroll, the other guy. He plays... I can't remember it, but he voices a lot of guys.
I'm watching the new season of Big Mouth.
He voiced a lot of guys in Big Mouth. Like, you'd recognize his voice. His name's Raffi in The League. He is hysterical. He's always playing some kind of lunatic in anything he's in.
Yeah.
But they look like this guy in freaking, again, a lunatic. So, I don't know. I really like Maniac Cop. If you guys can get Maniac Cop 2 and 3 from Blue Underground, I haven't seen Maniac Cop 3 yet, or the 4K, but Maniac Cop 2's 4K is honestly one of the best I've seen.
Good.
It's amazing.
Very
4K.
good.
I really can't believe the quality. This is a low-budget horror film from 1990. I expected nothing. I got a lot.
I told you these Maniac Cop movies this is good stuff.
Yeah. Oh my god. I'm just... Again, they're not Oscar-winning movies. They're just a lot of fun. You're just gonna have... That's just a good movie. Like, Faith, my wife, she was just laying on the couch. She just had surgery, so she was kind of out of it. And she turned over. She's like, what is this movie? And then she got into it. Like, I don't know.
It's a fun movie.
It's just, the pacing of it is great. It never slows down. It's just, the story's interesting, even if the acting is pretty much awful. But it's still fun.
Yeah,
I had a great time with them.
But that goes back to the collection thing. So, how do you guys do it? Do you just buy to have it? Do you buy for stuff you're only going to watch? Do you, I like to complete collection, so... I'm just looking at Child's Play right now on my shelf. If if I have Child's Play 2, I gotta get 1 and 3. I have to complete the set.
That I get. I get that. But I don't do that personally with movies, but I'll do it sometimes. Like, I just did it this week with No Time to Die and Last Night in Soho. It's like, I didn't have them yet, and I gotta complete my James Bond collection, and I gotta complete my Edgar Wrights. Mm-hmm. So, like, $10 and $10. That's great, but I'm not. I just watched them last year. I'm not really in a rush. I have a problem. Like, Matt can forget a movie pretty fast. I don't know what it is with my memory, but it gets burned in there even if it's a bad movie. So it's like, I don't need to go run back and watch Last Night in Soho. It was a good movie, but I could probably wait 2 years to rewatch it and have no problem with that. So I'm glad I have the 4K for when that day comes. But I was perfectly fine waiting for it to drop to $10. Same thing with The Northman.
Yeah, I picked that up for $10 also. But again, I kind of want to downgrade a little bit, open up some room, because we have a lot of good stuff coming out, and I'm sure over the next few years there's going to be some great stuff coming out. Oh yeah, this week we got coming out Reservoir Dogs and Wayne's World. Those are the 2 big 4Ks coming out this week. Excellent.
Party on, Wayne.
Party on, Garth.
I can't wait to get my hands on that. You wouldn't get it because it didn't have Wayne's World 2 in the 4K pack.
That's the problem. I want 2 to come out, and then I'll upgrade it, because I have a nice Wayne's World 1 and 2. And that goes back to just the amount of room I have.
Yeah, I get that.
That kind of justifies some purchases for me. Like, all right, so now I have a double pack of Wayne's World 1 and 2, but now if I get Wayne's World 1 on 4K, now I'm adding a movie to my shelf. But if they had a double pack, I could take the old one off, replace it with the 4K, and that's a wash.
Yeah.
No,
listen, I totally agree with you on that sense. I understand why Wayne's World 1 is only coming to 4K, because it's its 30th anniversary, and Wayne's World 2 came out, I think, did it come out in 93 or 94? I don't really remember. I like Wayne's World 2 a lot. That's the movie also, I think, is that the one where we get the T-1000? or is it that and Wayne's World 1?
I just watched them too, but it's like a blur. They mesh together.
They do, and that's what I mean. Wayne's World 2 is a good sequel.
It is, yeah. I don't understand why.
Yeah, so it's weird that they wouldn't do it. I get it if like the sequel's bad, but Wayne's World 2 is a very funny sequel. I love the whole festival. What is it, Waynestock that they're trying to get together, and then you get Chris Farley plays 2 roles because he plays a security guard in the first one, and then he plays something different in the second one. But I love them both, and I can't wait to rewatch Wayne's World. But Reservoir Dogs is an all-timer for me. I can't wait to get my hands on that. And I've been very worried, but I've seen some...
That's this week, right?
Yeah, and I've seen some early reviews, like I think it was HD Movie Source. They got their hands on it already, and they said Lionsgate did an incredible job on the transfer, and they gave the visuals 5 stars, the audio like 4.5 stars, and I'm like, oh, thank God, I hope it's good, because we had that serious problem with Inglourious Bastards being like a downgrade from the Blu-ray where people were like really upset. So I was like worried that we're going to have the same thing happen with Reservoir Dogs, because it's weird that Tarantino isn't out there like pushing this or anything like that. And you know, he's a big film guy. He owns the New Beverly in LA, and he just seems like he would be really interested in preserving his film, giving it the highest quality. So it's weird that he's not really involved in these transfers of his films, and you know, he seems to love his films. So it's very strange to me. So I was expecting it to be bad news again, and apparently it's not. So that's good news for us, because I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. I have just got the shipping notification for that myself. I got that from Target.
And now what are you going to do? Are you going to wait until the 6th of December when Pulp Fiction comes to do your Tarantino watch through? Or
that comes first, right?
Well, Reservoir Dogs comes out this week, and then
Pulp Fiction. Saying
in order, it goes Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown.
Okay.
So, Jackie Brown, then Kill Bill 1 and 2, then Death Proof, Inglourious Bastards, Django Unchained, Hateful Eight, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Gotcha.
So that's his order of release, but you got to start with Reservoir Dogs.
I'll probably wait till Pulp Fiction so I can at least watch both of them back to back.
And you never saw Jackie Brown and the Kill Bills.
Right, yeah.
You're in for a treat with all 3 of those, because they are great.
Can't wait.
There's not a bad film in Tarantino's bunch of, Death Proof is considered his worst movie. And I like Death Proof. So yeah, that's what I mean.
Proof a lot.
Like,
what is that, Stuntman Mike or something?
Stuntman, that's where we get Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
And then he came back for The Hateful Eight and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So that's that working relationship. Because he always puts, like, Samuel L. Jackson, no matter what, even if it's just a voiceover role, he's in all his movies from Pulp Fiction on. So he's not in Reservoir Dogs. He was supposed to be in it, and actually he went up to, Tarantino went up to Samuel L. Jackson at the premiere for Reservoir Dogs, and the guy who played his role that he was supposed to get, he's like, how'd you like that? How'd you like the guy got to play your role for you? And then Samuel L. Jackson, it would have been nice if it was me. He's like, don't worry, I got you a role in Pulp Fiction. Even though Tarantino himself said that was supposed to be Lawrence Fishburne, was supposed to actually play Jules.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and his agent wouldn't let him do it. So, because he wouldn't have been the lead, he was going to be in an ensemble. John Travolta, Bruce Willis, that whole thing. So, then they shifted over to Samuel L. Jackson.
So over there.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Thank God, it's his best role.
Yeah, I like that one. That's probably one of my favorite Tarantino movies.
Pulp Fiction is my second favorite film of all time.
Really?
Right behind Terminator.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one. Good one. Now, back to coming to 4K. I asked you this the other day. So we got Christmas Vacation, right?
Yep, we do.
So we just got the new Apple TV, which I'm reviewing currently, and we'll have a video for soon. So I just watched Vacation, the original National Lampoon's Vacation on Netflix. As I was watching, I was like, you think this will come to 4K, and Vegas Vacation, and European Vacation? And
it's weird now, because I do think that eventually we'll get Vacation on 4K. I can live without European Vacation, and I like Vegas Vacation. It's a sneaky good movie. It's not written by John Hughes like the other 3 are, but I actually do like Vegas Vacation a lot. I think it's really funny. European Vacation, it's hurt because no Randy Quaid. He's not in there. So I really think that kind of drags it down, but I'm glad
that's only part 2, right?
Yeah. I really don't like European Vacation almost at all. Very little laughs in there. And every single movie they recast... The kids, yeah. No Rusty and Audrey.
That's not the same kids in that movie? It looked like they just got older.
No, the first movie, I can't remember who plays Audrey, but you get Anthony Michael Hall plays the kid in that one. It was very famous, Breakfast Club, 16 Candles, Halloween Kills. He's the one who's fucking screaming that evil dies tonight. He's a lunatic. And then in Christmas Vacation, you get Johnny Galecki plays Rusty, and you might recognize him from Roseanne. It's, what's her name's boyfriend? What's the daughter's name? Well, you know Jan from Roseanne. You don't remember like the kids?
No.
Well, the daughter, she dates Johnny Galecki for a long time. Then he was in The Big Bang Theory. He's the guy with the glasses and that. He's in a bunch of stuff. You know Johnny Galecki. And then Juliette Lewis plays the girl Audrey, who, again, have you ever seen Cape Fear, a bunch of other movies, she's great.
Interesting.
So I think they're the best kids in Christmas Vacation. But are they going to come to 4K? I expect Vacation to. It's too famous not to.
Yeah, it should, right?
You know,
But
Wally
again,
World.
it's a comedy. You know, we don't get too many comedies on 4K.
We don't. And we were just talking. I was just talking. I think it was Shamrock Balls. I believe I was talking to him about the Austin Powers movies. I hate that 3-pack.
All right, so I don't mind that 3-pack only because it's Austin Powers 1, 2, 3.
It is.
But if it's like I have another 3-pack that's like Return to House on Haunted Hill, Ghost Ship, and House of Wax. That 3-pack I don't like because where do I put that on my shelf?
It's just 3 random
movies. At least
movies.
Austin Powers is 1, 2, 3. That's Austin Powers.
I just think that the box design for it's just cheap.
Whatever. You know, I'm fine with that. The Blu-rays were fine.
They are fine.
And it, you know, back to saving room. That's one where I don't mind that one because that saves me 2 spaces on my shelf versus it's just the 3-packs that have 3 random movies, maybe the same genre. That doesn't really have a place on my shelf because I'm alphabetical order or genre order. So it's, where do you put that?
I don't know where you put that. I guess you just put that in horror and like just kind of just pick house because that's the top one. I just put it under H and then.
Well, I solved the problem by just buying them all individually.
Matt went and bought. He did the same thing for his Jay and Silent Bob, Chasing Amy, and Clerks set because he had to have those separate as well.
Right.
You know, I get that. I have that 3-pack for those Kevin Smith movies. I hate that too. I don't like those 3-packs where they put 3 movies in it. It's just the packaging itself. It's the same size as one Blu-ray thing, and they get they stuff them in there. I hate it. I really do. I don't like that. I hope that the Austin Powers trilogy gets a 4K update that I can get in a much nicer pack. But we'll have to wait and see because I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get that. But
yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, comedies, just looking at my comedy shelf right now, there's like 3 4Ks up there, maybe, not even. I see.
And then you have to justify upgrading to 4K. Like
Right.
21 and 22 Jump Street, I have them on Blu-ray. I didn't see a need to upgrade to 4K.
I forgot that those are on 4K.
Yeah.
It's just strange because, again, a comedy, well, those have some action to it. So
They do.
So those are easily justifiable, but something like Ace Ventura, but I don't know. I guess we're 4K guys. I would probably just upgrade everything.
I want to see Miami in 4K and Africa from the Ace Ventura movies. I think they would look great in 4K.
Yeah.
Vacation though would look good in 4K. You know, they're traveling the country. It would look, that red Ferrari. Yeah, that would look great. I love that scene.
But speaking of that, I was caught off because I haven't seen that in a long time. I was caught by surprise when you see her tits.
Oh yeah. That's an R-rated movie. Did you know that?
No, and then he's cursing.
Oh yeah, it's an R-rated.
I didn't expect that.
And it's in the 80s. It's 1983. He's having a beer with his son. And his son shuts it down. I mean, the grandmother dies. They're driving around with her dead body on the roof. Like, there's a bunch of shit in that movie. And you get great appearances by Eugene Levy and John Candy. The first Vacation.
I had a great time watching.
Oh, the first Vacation's a classic. It's not as good as Christmas Vacation. I don't care what you say.
See,
It's Christmas Vacation is a classic. I just watched that for the review. I'm going to watch that again when Christmas season comes around. I love that movie. I quote that movie all the time.
It is definitely a classic, but I have to rewatch it. But I don't know. I think the original Vacation might be.
You just enjoy that journey to Wally World, huh? Yeah. And the other two, like European Vacation, I think is bad, but you'll have some fun with Vegas Vacation. I think that's fun.
I'm excited for that one.
That's a good one, I really do think. But let's dive into the Q&A because we've got actually a good amount. So as far as questions go for this week, I want to start off with a question from last week that we got at the end of last week's video. So let me just pull that up real quick. And this is from Uncle V. He writes, question for next week. It's been about 15 years since the last band practice. Will it possibly return for a coveted reunion? So we used to have a band.
Yeah,
a rock band.
Yeah, rock band. We were rock stars. You know?
Yeah.
We were... we tried pretty hard. We didn't get too far in it.
No, we didn't. So we're talking about the game Rock Band.
On the Xbox 360.
Yes.
But yeah, I would actually really love to. I actually talked to Rick about it. We would really like to maybe set something up soon. Maybe we could even set it up in my garage. We'll get the fog machine going because I have the whole fog machine with the Xbox 360 set up. I got the keyboard. I got all the instruments still. I would love there to be an option just to buy all the additional songs just so we have like everything. But you have to go through individually, and it just if
it ends up costing you a lot of money.
Yeah, I know. If it was like $40 to unlock every song, I would just get it, because it would have everything. But I do really, really want to do a Rock Band session really soon because I love Rock Band.
Oh, we had so much fun doing that. Oh my god.
I used to be able to play expert drums.
I used to play expert guitar. I never could do expert drums because my leg would always hurt with the foot pedal.
Yes.
But I
had the double foot pedal.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We had a nice setup. We had a lot of fun. I mean, I can never sing, so it was always hard for that. But guitar-wise, I nailed it. I was a real Randy Rhoads out there. Let me tell you with that guitar. I nailed it. And yeah, no, you played the drum. We had a lot of fun. So Uncle V, I would love to get the old band back together. Maybe I don't know. Is Poison on there? Plays a little Alice Cooper.
It is on there.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember it had all the Offspring tracks on there.
There's a lot of good stuff.
Oh, there was so much. They were bringing out everything. I mean, playing the Killers, everything on there.
There is an Xbox One Rock Band 4, and I have the adapter to use all the old instruments and stuff. But I have to really sit down one day and dive into that and check that out. But I would like to do a Rock Band soon.
Yeah, we definitely need to do that. So Uncle V, hopefully, and then we can show the world you. We can bring Uncle V to the people, because I know that's what everyone's been asking about. The guy who brung us a Serbian film. We got to let the world meet this guy, right?
This sicko.
Yeah. But then let's get to our next question, and this is more of a legit question from our buddy Frank Rodriguez. Frank asked, no question, just wanted to say, great job.
Legit question. He starts with, it's not a question.
I know. So, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry! All right, no question. Just wanted to say great job with the videos, guys. I recently got Men on 4K, German release. The video is so crisp, not as crisp as Maverick, but it's up there. Highly recommend getting that movie. Also, Videodrome on 4K looks great too. What a crazy ass, but fantastic movie.
Weird movie.
You've seen Videodrome?
Like half of it.
I love Videodrome. It's one of my favorite Cronenbergs. So about that 4K release, that is another one of those Arrow Video only UK releases, not a American release. Criterion has the rights to that, and they don't have a 4K release.
So with the Arrow Video 4Ks, I know at least the research I did with The Wolf of Wall Street, the 4K is region free. Mm-hmm. However, the bonus disc that's a Blu-ray is going to be region locked to region B. So unless you have a region free player, you're not going to be able to access any of this bonus content. You only have the movie itself. So, it's... Do you need the bonus? Like, for me, that's not really a deal breaker. If that's the only way to get it on 4K and it's a movie I want, then you could go that route because at least you could watch the 4K movie.
It's just hard to justify without any extras, and because I do like the extras. I know we fall in a different category on that, but like if there's a documentary on there, like I don't need to see every extra, but if there's a documentary on there, I want to check that out. And I'd be a little upset. Our Video usually does great job with the extras, so I would be a little upset that I can't watch the extras. But as far as Wolf of Wall Street goes, you could just buy the American version if you live in America.
Right.
Around Black Friday for $13.99.
Yeah, that was the thing with that. That's why Arrow is doing Wolf of Wall Street in there, because the UK did not get a studio released 4K.
And I wonder if they didn't get the Criterion release on Blu-ray for Videodrome. I'm curious about that because I would actually really like. I don't actually have that, and I was thinking about getting it in the Criterion sale, the Criterion Blu-ray, but I'm like, maybe I'll get the 4K, and Frank just said that it looks beautiful, and I love that movie, so maybe I'll get that version. I'm not 100% sure. Now, as far as the movie Men goes, I actually really enjoyed the movie Men. I thought it was a great movie. I believe that was Alex Garland who directed that, and he did Ex Machina, and what I really thought was a great movie. Annihilation. I really thought Annihilation was great, but Men was really good too. It was a total mindfuck, that movie, but I really did enjoy it. I would be interested in getting that German 4K release, because I think in America here, we only have the Blu-ray release of that no 4K, and I would love to check it out, because I'm sure it's a great-looking movie, like you said, Frank. And Frank, thanks a lot for saying that about the videos. I'm glad that you're enjoying them. Appreciate that.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, we really do. That, just going in there and saying you appreciate what we do, that does mean a lot to us. We appreciate all the support you guys give us, Frank, all of you guys. We really do. It helps us out a lot. Keeps us going. As far as that goes, Videodrome, definitely a great movie. I hope we do get that 4K. And then another question is from our buddy Shamrock Balls. And he writes, "Hi John and Matt, since we are over the Halloween spooky season and we will be entering into the festive season, what are your essential films to watch at Christmas? Also, do you consider Jaws the Revenge a Christmas film?" That's all up to you. Thanks and keep up the great work, David.
Jaws or the Revenge? No.
No?
I don't like that one. That's the one I don't like.
That's the one with Michael Caine, right?
Yeah.
And I just love the story that Michael Caine tells about that movie. He's like, I never saw Jaws the Revenge, but I did see the house it built. So.
Yeah. So that one, no, that one gets skipped most of the time. That's the only Jaws movie I dislike.
I thought you didn't like Jaws 5 too, which...
Cruel Jaws, that doesn't really count.
Okay.
But, as far as holiday movies, I think, you think Christmas Vacation, you think Christmas Story, you think, for me, a big one is Bad Santa.
Yeah, I watch Bad Santa every year.
I love Bad Santa. And I even dive into some TV shows, like the Always Sunny Christmas Special.
There are some great
The Trailer Park Boys Christmas Special. I remember the Rugrats back in the day had some great Christmas
Hey
episodes.
Arnold has one
Arnold.
of the best Christmas specials with, I forget what his neighbor is, and he finds her daughter for him. He had to leave his country.
Yeah.
Dude, that'll make you cry.
Mr. Wynn.
Yeah, Mr. Wynn.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is...
Home Alone, yeah, you have to watch that every single year for Christmas.
You literally haven't brought up my number one yet.
You're number one.
I gave you the Blu-ray after I got the 4K.
Oh, it's because it's not a Matt movie, so
no,
that's why I don't
It's
watch
a Wonderful Life, which will be a Matt movie because I'm going to force him to watch it this year, and I know he's going to love it because it's a timeless movie starring Jimmy Stewart. Oh my God, It's a Wonderful Life is great. That 4K is beautiful. I'm going to admit something on camera here that might be a little sacrilege. There is a colored version of that is not only in the Blu-ray packaging, but in the 4K packaging too. Not upscaled to 4K. Every other year I'll watch the black and white version, and then every other year I'll watch the color version. I know some people feel like that's sacrilege, but I actually enjoy the Technicolor version of it very much.
Interesting.
I think it does add a little bit to the film, and I enjoy watching it. I think last year was black and white, so this year's color.
Interesting. Another one that I'm excited to watch this year because I just got the 4Ks and haven't watched them yet is Child's Play.
Oh yeah, the first Child's Play is 100% a Christmas movie. Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
Oh, and Die Hard. How can we
Oh
forget
my
Die
God,
Hard?
yeah. Die Hard's a Christmas movie. Well,
Yes.
we both stand on that, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I actually just got that on 4K also for the Christmas season.
That's how I start the Christmas season for me. It's a tradition. So Christmas on Thanksgiving, I watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and then the next day we put up the tree in my house and we watch Die Hard. That's how we open up the Christmas season.
Interesting.
Is with Die Hard. There's some other Christmas movies that I watch every year that are like not really considered Christmas classics, but I was just talking to somebody about this. Daddy's Home 2. I don't really like the first Daddy's Home. But Daddy's Home 2 is a Christmas movie, and that movie is hysterical.
Is it?
Yeah, I love that movie.
That's John Cena, right?
Well, John Cena has a small role in it. It's Mark Wahlberg and
Will Ferrell.
Reuniting the other guys. So,
okay, I gotta check that out.
But Daddy's Home, the first one, I really didn't enjoy it, and I was kind of dreading watching the sequel, but the sequel is
much better.
Oh my God, it's so fun. There's a great scene in there with Bill Burr where Mark Wahlberg, he's like yelling at Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, enjoy paying for therapy, boys.
Better shut your mouth, Jerry.
Absolutely, Dusty.
Falls right in line because he's scared of Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, because he was come from prison or some shit, right?
No, he's a big, strong guy, Mark Wahlberg,
okay.
and he's kind of a dick. And
Gotcha.
So Bill Burr thought he could fuck with him, but he got scared of him.
Another good one, we said Bad Santa, Office Christmas Party.
Office Christmas Party, I was gonna bring up.
That's a fantastic Christmas movie. That one's hysterical. I love that one. Bad Moms Christmas, that's a good one.
That's definitely a more recent one. Another one that came out in the 90s.
The Grinch, the live-action Jim Carrey Grinch movie. Fantastic.
A lot of people like that. We asked the question.
Love that movie.
A lot of people asked this week for the giveaway. We asked, "What is your favorite Jim Carrey movie?"
You don't like that?
So I like it. The way that what are the people called? The Who's and Whoville. Mm-hmm. The way they look kind of freaks me out.
Well, that's just part of it.
I know that's a whole Dr. Seuss thing, but I don't know. It really kind of like bothers me a little bit. Like Cindy Lou Who, I think her name is.
But that's the movie.
I know, but I don't know. For something like it, just always I can never fully get into that movie. It's good. I'll watch it. Yeah, my wife loves it. I'll watch it every year. But it's like
I'm contemplating getting that on 4K.
I'm sure it's a nice 4K if you're a fan of it. Is it on 4K?
It is.
Really?
Because I have the Blu-ray, but now it's on 4K. I'm like,
I haven't watched the Benjamin Cumberbatch animated version that came out from.
I have that on 4K.
How was that?
I watched it. I don't really remember it, so whatever that tells you.
Forgettable. That's what that tells me.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen that one. Have you ever seen The Ref from the 90s starring our boy Dennis Leary?
No.
No, yeah, it's got him in there. Kevin Spacey's in that. It's a good little Christmas comedy.
Interesting.
Dennis Leary plays a criminal, and he robs a house, and the cops are after him, so he hides in this couple's house with Kevin Spacey and his wife. I can't remember who played her. But they hate each other. Like they're in marriage counseling and everything like that. So Dennis Leary is basically a ref to them, like in their marriage because they.
Interesting.
He's holding them hostage, but yet he just can't stand them because all they do is fight. It's a pretty good Christmas movie. I actually can recommend that.
I'm trying to think. Black Christmas. I have never seen it. The original.
The original.
I'm gonna watch it for the first time this year, but the remake I have seen and I did enjoy that.
There is 2 remakes.
The newer one, I think.
Okay, yeah. So it's weird. That movie has been remade a lot, but the original is a classic and is considered something that started the slasher genre. Don't talk too much about horror Christmas movies because we have a question about that in a second.
Okay, and there's one more that comes to my mind: Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way. It was something that I found out that not everybody loves Jingle All the Way. Believe it or not.
What?
Yeah, people they hate that movie. I heard a lot.
Give me the Turbo Man doll.
Yeah. I love Jingle All the Way. You got Sinbad in there.
Great movie, movie.
Sinbad loves Windbreaker. I love Sinbad. Very underrated comedy actor, and he's great in there as the mailman. It's a homemade explosive device.
This way off topic. Have you watched Hellfest yet?
No.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
I know, and now I feel like I've gone too far. I might have to wait till next year.
Yeah.
Because now we're into.
I actually missed it this year too.
Because now we're into Thanksgiving.
I missed the cutoff.
You still haven't watched Barbarian yet, which is crazy. Because that is not only just one of the best horror movies of the year. That's just one of the best movies of the year.
Interesting.
I'm
just scanning my shelf. I'm trying to see what.
Trying to find some more Christmas movies. Another great.
Macaulay Culkin's staring at me with Home Alone 2, but we talked about that already.
Well, we talked about Home Alone. Home Alone 2 is not as good as the first Home Alone, but I do love when he's throwing the bricks off the roof. I think that whole scene where he they should have died in Home Alone 2.
I like when they got their ear against the door. It sounds like a toolbox coming down the stairs. Those are amazing.
I love it when he falls and he's looking up and he's like, wow. What a hole!
What a hole! Those are great movies.
He's throwing the bricks off the roof, and he's like, he's only hitting, Marv. He's not hitting freaking Joe Pesci.
We completely forgot to say Elf, by the way.
Oh yeah, we have a review for Elf. I don't know how you forget Elf. Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color?
Yeah. So I mean, there is 10, 15, 20 holiday movies that are almost must-watches every single year. So you got to pick and choose, I guess, or just watch them all.
I try and fit them all in. My wife is insane when it comes to Christmas season. Like, she'll watch Christmas with the Cranks, which is an alright Christmas movie starring Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis 3 times a season.
The Santa Claus.
Tim
Tim Allen.
Forgot about the Santa Claus. And Tim Allen, for me, is Santa Claus. That movie came out in 1994.
I burned the hell out of that VHS.
Yes, that was one of the first VHSs I ever got because I was young. My dad bought it for me, and I remember specifically it sitting on the Blockbuster shelf, everything. So young when that movie came out. And when I think of Santa Claus, the image in my head is Tim Allen as Santa Claus. So no mall Santa has ever lived up to what Tim Allen did as the Santa Claus.
Yeah, that's an amazing movie.
How do you feel about the show coming out?
I'm going to check it out. I am definitely interested. I want those on 4K, actually.
I was thinking about that. It's weird that they don't. I think so. Oh, actually, you know what? Who owns it?
Is it Disney?
It's Disney.
Yeah.
So that's really...
Well, they're on Disney Plus, I guess, right?
I don't know if they're in 4K, though. That's the question. Are they in 4K? I got to look on there. Because Disney, as we've said before, really hates physical media.
Hey, Dex.
I just watched Black Panther in anticipation of Black Panther Wakanda, and I didn't even watch my 4K. I watched the Disney Plus version because that's the only place you can watch the IMAX enhanced scenes. And it did look gorgeous, but... You know, again, I would have liked those IMAX enhanced scenes on a 4K, and it's possible because films like Top Gun Maverick and Nope have told us we can get those scenes on 4K.
Sure can.
But Disney chooses not to because they want you to subscribe to Disney Plus. Little do they know, I will say subscribe to Disney Plus and buy that 4K.
Yes.
So
Sure will.
you could have double dipped on us, but you choose not to. Very strange choices.
Yeah, you bastards.
Yeah. Because I don't know what it is, but like I was looking at I think it's the disc file that puts out the what's it called? It puts out the chart of each month what physical media sells. It's crazy to me that DVDs still take up 46% of the market.
Yeah, it is. I don't know why.
I
haven't
think-
bought a DVD in many years.
No, you bought a DVD pretty recently.
Did I?
The Movie Collector DVD.
Oh, yeah, Movie Hoarders.
Which
That was a documentary, and that was only available on DVD. I didn't buy it by choice.
that is a good point. But there are some DVDs that have never even come to Blu-ray. Like We Just Got Earth Girls Are Easy, that never
Right.
even came to Blu-ray. One of the most underrated movies of all time, in my opinion, starring Michael Keaton. That is my go-to cry movie. Is called My Life. That is only available on DVD. I actually own that digitally on Amazon Prime.
Really?
Because you can't get it anywhere else, and I got sick and tired of renting it for $2.99 because I did that all the time because I was always just waiting. I'm like, it's got to come to Blu-ray eventually. It just never would. So I would always rent it on Amazon Prime.
And it's not on Blu-ray yet?
Nah, it's still not on Blu-ray. And that was like, it's been like 8 years I've been I only bought it last year. I rented it every year for like $2.99. You know how much money Amazon got from me for the movie My Life? Way too much.
$9?
Something like that. I don't know. And then I bought it, so I got more. So I could go watch it now. If I ever need a good cry, watch My Life with Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton gets cancer in that movie. Ugh, breaks me down.
Not a Matt movie.
No, unless, well, you don't want to cry ever, right?
No, why would I want to watch a movie that makes me cry?
I don't know. Sometimes you want to know if you could still feel those feelings.
Pass.
I get that. I mean, I'm a weird one for that. And then our last question, top 3 favorite Christmas horror movies. And this is from our friend Kevin L., who has an awesome John Wick picture for his profile picture.
Top 3 Christmas horror.
Well, I think a lot of people would say Silent Night, Deadly Night, either 1 or 2, even though there are 5 of them.
Well, I watched those, and they're not the best.
No, well, Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 uses a lot of stock footage from Silent Night, Deadly Night 1, but it's considered because it's so bad, it's good.
I think I would say number 1 Christmas horror might have to be Child's Play.
I mean, but that's like, it just takes place around Christmas. It's not really like Christmas.
He gets Chucky for Christmas.
No, he gets Chucky for his birthday.
Oh, so he's got a December birthday.
Yes. But like the Christmas tree is up, it's all on.
That's not a Christmas horror movie? You wouldn't classify that as Christmas horror?
I would say, well,
I don't
no.
know if I've seen enough Christmas horror to really rate this, because I've seen the Black Christmas remake. I haven't seen the original yet.
Well, have you seen Krampus?
I haven't seen Krampus.
Oh, see, I would put Krampus actually, I think, at number 1 or number 2, depending on where you feel about what my number 1 is, and that would be Gremlins. I think Gremlins is a Christmas.
Is that a horror movie, though?
I feel like that's a horror movie.
All right, so that fits the bill.
Because, like, they're going around murdering everyone around Christmas time. Literally, it's Christmas. And
I forgot about that as far as holiday movies to watch, too, because I do have to watch Gremlins every year for
Every
Christmas.
year, yes. I watch Gremlins every single year for Christmas. I think that's easily my number
so that's
1.
a horror movie? Yeah, I guess.
In my opinion, I always consider that a horror movie. They're fucking killer gremlins.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay.
You know?
See what? Yeah.
So, so my top 3 would go Gremlins 1, Krampus at number 2, because Krampus is a great movie. And then I'd put Black Christmas, the 1974 one, at number 3. It's the one that started it all as far as slashers go. And it's just a classic one. We'll have a review for that when the new 4K comes from Scream Factory. But I think that's a number 3 for me. So you don't really have any other ones that like stick out as far as Christmas horror goes?
Horror, yeah. I mean, I'm just looking now. I can't think of. Yeah, so I don't know if I've seen enough Christmas horror to really say that, but I would say Child's Play, Gremlins, Black Christmas. I think those are the only 3 I've seen. So
Well, no, you did see the Silent Night, Deadly Nights. You just don't.
Oh, I did. Yeah, that one I didn't really love.
There's a new Christmas horror movie coming out this year.
Oh yeah.
Starring David Harbour from
Stranger Things. What's that called again?
Hold on a second.
It's close to Silent Night, Deadly Night, or something.
Violent Night.
Violent
Night comes out December 2nd. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Christmas
Very
horror.
excited for that one.
Yeah. It looks like that's a lot of fun. I think there was actually a Christmas horror movie that came out last year too that just kind of flew under the radar and nobody really checked out. But
which one was that?
I can't remember the name of it. I just remember it came out. Yeah, Christmas and horror don't really overlap a lot. There's a lot of winter horror movies like The Thing, or I just watched Misery, which is a great movie. I just got that from Kino Lorber on 4K, beautiful 4K. But you don't really ever see much movies that take place on Christmas and are a horror movie. Now, a lot of people could say that Christmas season in general is pretty horrific because of what it does to your wallet. But, that's a whole different story. That's not a horror movie.
Right.
So, I don't know. Yeah, there isn't really a lot. And then to get a good one, I really think that even Gremlins is way better than Krampus. I think Gremlins is just a great movie. It doesn't even have to be a great...
I love Gremlins.
I love Gremlins, too. Oh, my God. I wish I had a Mogwai. Who doesn't want a Mogwai? I mean, then again, it's weird because Gremlins and me, we overlap a lot. You shouldn't feed me after midnight. If you get water on me, I am a fuck. And bright lights, I hate the sun. So a lot of the same rules apply to me that apply to Gremlins. I love Gremlins.
Yeah, great movie.
Great movie. Joe Dante, which, a lot of good Joe Dante movies. You just reviewed one of his first, Piranha.
Yes, that was a fun movie.
Yeah, he does make fun movies.
I knew his name sounded familiar when
Yeah, Joe Dante, he did that. He did The Burbs, which did you get that?
I ended up getting it, yeah. My first Tom Hanks movie. Haven't watched it yet, though.
I can't get into Tom Hanks with you today. Oh, my God. Tom Hanks is my favorite actor of all time, and Matt still has barely seen any Tom Hanks movies except for the Toy Stories.
Well, when he makes a good movie, I'll watch it.
I mean, okay, Philadelphia is in my top 10 movies all time. I know you would hate Philadelphia, so that's understandable. But you would like Forrest Gump, and you would like Big.
I don't think so.
You would definitely like Big. You love the 80s.
And I love the 80s.
Yeah, you love 80s movies.
I do.
You would love Big.
Debatable.
No, it's not debatable. I know you'll love Big. It hurts me.
What's your opinion?
Yeah, let us know your opinion, guys, on Tom Hanks movies. Where do you fall? Do you think he's the greatest actor of all time like I do? Or do you think I'm just over-exaggerating it because I have a lot of nostalgia for it? This guy did win 2 Academy Awards for Best Actor back-to-back years at the Oscars. So not many people can say that.
I guess.
Think about that. Put that in your book.
Yeah. So what do you think?
Yep. So let us know, actually, guys, in the comments section below. We still want to ask a couple questions to you guys. We want a little bit of answers. Do you guys like these videos more? Because we could do more of these videos where we kind of just shoot the shit. Besides just doing the Let's Talk, we could put a couple of these out a week too. Instead of just because we've been doing a lot of just 4K reviews, we want to try and change it up a little bit. Do more what the fans of the show want.
Although there is quite the slate of video games coming out within the next few months up until January. So we were thinking of doing some more game reviews. So are you guys open to game reviews? Is that something you're interested in? Because I know we had my eye is on the new Dead Space, which is January, Callisto Protocol, which is December, Evil West, which is coming out soon.
Yes, we want to do
the
that.
new Need for Speed coming out looks interesting.
We're definitely going to review the new Need for Speed because Matt and I are both longtime Need for Speed fans. So we love Pro Street, we love Need for Speed Underground 1 and 2. What was the one that was just a classic? Best one? Oh, Most Wanted. That's the best one.
I don't like that one.
I hate you for saying that too.
I don't like the cops.
You don't. I love the difficulty of it. That's why I love Most Wanted. Really,
I like just the racing.
The problem was that came out the year before Carbon, and
that was the first one on 360.
Was Carbon? I thought
Might
Carbon
have been a launch title.
No, it wasn't. Oh, Most Wanted was.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No, Most Wanted was a launch title. No, you're 100% right. Because I beat it on the PS2, then I beat it on the 360 again. But the problem with Carbon was too easy, whereas Most Wanted was really hard. But banging through that list, I love banging through the blacklist. I loved it. And you had to hit certain tasks. I love Most Wanted. Let's get a remaster for Most Wanted. The 05 Most Wanted. We already got a remaster for the 2010 one.
It was a remake.
Well, it was a remake. It wasn't a remaster.
No, they remade Most Wanted.
The 2010 one.
You're thinking of the remastered Hot Pursuit.
Oh, okay.
Because
yeah, there's a lot of Need for Speeds that they overlap with. There's Shift 1 and 2, I think. Need for Speed always has had so many Hot Pursuits, Most Wanteds. Ah, you're right. So what is this now? It's not this version of this game, right?
No, I don't think so.
No, this is a different Most Wanted. This is the Most Wanted that I think is one of the best Need for Speeds.
That's the 360 the first one on 360.
Yep, that had a PS2 release. Yeah, I love this game. I think this is the best one. I would love to have a remake, remaster, something of this. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think people like this game as much as me, including Matt. I think this is the highest of highs, except for Pro Street.
I don't remember this one much. I don't think I beat this one.
No. And what's the new one coming out called again? That looks
Unbound, I think.
Unbound, and it looks like Underground, which is crazy.
It does. It has a very, very underground Pro Street vibe.
So we'll see. Our hopes are up. We'll review that just because. But you guys, just let us know. What do you think of our game reviews? Because we did Modern Warfare 2. It didn't do too well on the channel.
It was a big old bomb.
So,
flopperoo.
For us to do them, we got to hope that people watch them. We know that guys who watch our channel, like Gordon Freeman, not the real Gordon Freeman, but the one who follows us, and Kevin L, are big into games, and they follow us for our game stuff. But we got to kind of hope that everyone is checking them out. So you got to let us know. Do you guys want us to do more of these? Let's talk. We'll always do 4K reviews because that's our bread and butter, and we love to do them. But want more game reviews? Just leave your comments in the comment section below where you want to see us going forward and what you want to see us do. And while you're down there, you can like this video, you can subscribe to the channel, and then you can go out and tell all your friends about us. We'll see you guys next week.